What up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. You're listening to Clipped, and today we're talking about backlinks. And my aim in this episode is to teach you 3 things about backlinks. First, what is a backlink? Second, why are backlinks important? And third, how to get more backlinks for your content. But before we get into it, guys, smash that subscribe button. If you're liking this content, loving this content, I want to keep creating for you guys, and hopefully I'm adding value and education. So smash that button and follow what I've been doing. And without further ado, let's get into it. A backlink is pretty simple, really. It's when a website links to your website. Think of it as like a vote of confidence for Google or YouTube. When another site is linking out to your site, it's saying the content on the page that I'm linking to is like useful, it's trustworthy, and I think that you should check it out. Some people call it link juice. It's basically like giving someone a shout out or helping somebody out. It's like a friend recommending your podcast to someone else. It's like, hey, I think you should check this out. And that builds trust within Google. If you get backlinks from like high value websites, like let's say you have like an exercise and fitness podcast and Nike like links to your website where your podcast is featured, you know, Nike Fitness, your podcast / website is geared around like fitness and running. Say Nike or a big heavy hitter like that links to you. That's going to carry a lot of weight. And maybe even a smaller company like the like a startup that focuses on fitness links to you. That's going to generate link juice as well. And it's also going to show Google that your website is valuable, but that link is going to be worth less than if like Nike or one of these big players links to you. Okay, so why are these backlinks important? Why does it matter if these companies or these websites link out to you? Well, it helps you rank higher in Google. The more high quality links you have, the more Google thinks your site is valuable, and thus will be more apt to push it up in search rankings when someone types in a search query or keywords related to your content. When people click the link on, let's say, that Nike blog that's linking out to your like fitness podcast, it's also going to help you get more traffic because chances are that Nike blog, a lot of people are reading that, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, whatever it is. A percentage of those are going to see that link. They're going to be like, oh, well, if Nike linked to this external site, it must be valuable, so I'm going to click on it. And so it also helps drive traffic in that sense, which is huge. And like I said, you know, that Nike blog that links to you, that's going to be more valuable in Google's eyes, and it's going to drive more traffic because there's a lot more eyeballs on that blog than if like a fitness startup links to you. And yes, that probably will drive some traffic, but chances are there's not like hundreds of thousands of people reading that blog, seeing that link that links out to you compared to like the Nike one. Okay, so how do we get backlinks? Well, one great way to do it in terms of content, because this is all kind of geared from a content creation lens, is to be a guest on other podcasts, because in their show notes, they're going to link back to you. They're going to be, hey, this podcast featured so-and-so. So-and-so is the creator of X, Y, and Z, and they're going to link out to you. Almost all like podcast hosts will, in their show notes, if they had you on their show, give you a backlink. Also, maybe in their YouTube description, when they publish that video to YouTube, in the YouTube description, maybe they'll link out to your website or your podcast from the YouTube description, or maybe they'll link to your YouTube channel from their YouTube description. And of course, Google owns YouTube. And so Google's going to see that. The YouTube algorithm's going to see that, et cetera, et cetera. Another great way is to create shareable content. Make something that people want to share, like a top 10 list of, you know, piggybacking on the fitness thing of like the way to improve your running stride, the top 10 tips, or maybe you feature like the top 10 fitness companies currently like making waves in the fitness space. And maybe one of the companies that you linked to highlight, they see that eventually and then they're like, oh, we want to share the love. They'll link back to you. But really it's like to create shareable content. It's almost kind of like, you know, like retweeting or reposting a reel or something on social media, except this is more like in the like written text version where people are, it's almost like a retweet, but it's a link. Or, hey, reach out. I get people reaching out to me all the time where they're like, hey, I noticed you wrote about XYZ product on your blog. We have a similar post over here in our ecosystem. Would you consider linking to us? A link exchange is what it's called. So that's it, guys. Wanted to share that with you. Wanted to talk more about SEO because we talked about it last week, and it's something that I'm doing a lot more of and getting into. And hey, I always say, if you're just doing a podcast and you don't want to write content, you don't want to write a blog, take that audio or that video, get it transcribed, use AI to help you turn it into articles. Then you've got, your audio, you've got your video, and you've got your written content, because you want an ecosystem of all different types of content for all different types of consumers, because some people consume audio, some people prefer video, and some people prefer to read. And while blogging has maybe lost some traction because of video over the last few years, it's still definitely a viable medium, and people are searching for that kind of content, especially like educational and how-to content. So if you've got a podcast or YouTube around that, turning that into written content will definitely help you out. Until next time, guys, keep listening, keep engaging, and keep creating. I'm out.